Welcome back to another episode of Backstage with Next Stage. I'm your host, Candace Rawls, and I'm also the marketing manager here. And today I have my lovely colleague, Haley Rafferty, here with us, who is our team success manager. Welcome, Haley.
Thanks. I'm excited.
Yes, me too. This is your first Backstage episode.
I know.
So
It's
I'm
good
glad to
stuff.
have you here. So today we are talking about our new office space. We just moved into our new office this week. We're currently working remote because we're still hybrid. We'll be in the office tomorrow. But more importantly, we're talking about culture and how to create and maintain a positive company culture. And in our profit and purpose report, we talked a lot about the importance of company culture, especially in the aftermath of the Great Resignation. It's been crucial for companies to find ways to retain employees and bring in new talent. We believe if you want to keep an excellent employees, you must create and maintain a positive company culture. And Haley, you are in charge of, making our new space come to life. And this was your first time actually being in charge of creating a new office space. And many times when we have to take on a new challenge or a new task or a new role, that can bring on a lot of doubts and fears that can kind of stop us or hold us back. So, how are you able to take on this new challenge?
It's hard. I think it's really easy to get paralyzed when you are not sure what the next move is or what the right step is. And sometimes just doing it and trusting your gut and drawing on your lived experience, which we've been talking a lot about at
Mhm.
work lately, and just kind of going for it is my philosophy for better or worse. A lot of times people are afraid to make mistakes. And I think if we make mistakes, we have a really supportive environment that a lot of times, unless you're like knocking down a wall when you shouldn't be, most of the times it can be fixed.
Mhm.
So it's a lot of just like going for it and hoping for the best. And we're so busy, all seven of us, that we have to have a lot of faith in ourselves and decision making because we don't always have the time or capacity to consult with one another.
Mhm.
So it's nice to just we have faith in each other to like get the job done. And I was joking, I think a couple weeks ago in one of our meetings about like power poses, and I had kind of forgotten about them. And then
Yeah.
I don't know why they came up, and I was thinking about them again. It's like, let's do some power poses. Like, let's get some confidence at home before we go into the office. And then it's like, just ready to take on the day.
Oh, I love that. Trusting yourself and just, going for it. What's your favorite power pose?
Oh, I mean, I don't know what they're
Is it
called, but
this
like
one?
when you just like stand with your hands on your hips.
That one. That's a good one. I'm feeling powerful already.
Yeah, and it's like Women's
Oh,
History
yes.
Appreciation Month. Like,
International Women's Yes Day was yesterday.
we
Yes.
take up more space.
Love it. Love it.
Powerful.
Yes, I'm feeling powerful.
Yeah,
All
yeah.
right. So we know that culture is what creates the day-to-day experience in a company. And but sometimes culture can just seem so conceptual, right? Like how do we make culture more tangible?
Yeah, I think people have this idea of what culture is that is mistaken. Like, I think a lot of companies are like, we have pizza parties every Friday, and like, that's how we're building culture.
Mhm.
And if you're on like millennial work from home Instagram at all, that's like an ongoing joke of like, my boss is giving me a pizza party. So, like, that will fix our turnover problem or
Yeah.
whatever it is.
Mhm.
And I think those are great things to do, but they need to be on top of a foundation of culture building, which is making sure your employees are fairly compensated, making sure your benefits are competitive,
Mhm.
making sure your employees feel appreciated. And then that gives you space to have a pizza party and everyone will enjoy it and feel like it's actually like a added thing.
True.
But no one wants pizza instead of an annual bonus. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah, true.
we have to do those basic things first, and then we can do like all the fun other stuff that I feel like people love to talk about as culture, but is not actually culture.
Yes, that's so important. And I think that's something that even I learned while just, when I was younger working at like, these cool like ad agency spaces. But like, yeah, you don't realize just how important just like, the culture and belonging is, not just like the ping pong table or the free food.
Yes, the ping pong table, that's another big one. It's like people are like, "We have a keg and we have a ping pong table," and like, "So take
Yeah,
a break at lunch." It's like, no, people wanna be with their families, and
true.
people need to, like, not be burnt out and, like, take a vacation,
Exactly.
like,
So
then
true.
give your employees a ping pong table, then it might be fun.
Yeah, exactly. I love that. That's so true. And how did thinking about the company culture and our mission and values play a role in your decision making when it came to the new office space?
Yeah, I love that the 7 of us are all different and work differently, and that was kind of fun when we were starting this process to survey everyone and see whether like we did actual anonymous surveys, but we also just talked a lot as a team about how do you like to work and where do you like to work and what do you like to snack on? I know we talk about snacks a lot, and
Hmm.
that was nice to really be intentional about putting a little bit of every single one of us into the office. So, um, like having a couch, knowing that
Hmm.
some people like to sit on like a comfy chair and not at a desk, and like having that as a work option, and having an open working space, but also having offices built in. So if people needed more quiet or like private time to work and focus, I think it was just really cool that we were so open to hearing feedback from everyone
Hmm.
and working that in so that there really is ownership for each person, and it doesn't feel like, well, this is how you must work in the
Yeah.
office.
No, I love that. I love that you were so thoughtful about everything. And I know that you are here, you keep us organized here, but I don't know, you're also the secret behind Haley is that she's also like a master at creating surveys. So like you
Yes, I
create the
love
best
surveys.
surveys.
I probably spent way too much time on that snack survey. I was like, finding all these images. There was like that first image was like the kids at the ballpark with like a big hot dog, like
Oh
eating.
my gosh.
Like this has nothing to do with our office or like we're not having hot dogs in the office. But yeah, I'm just addicted to making surveys.
Yeah, I love that. So getting the feedback from everyone so everyone, has an input into how they like to work. That's important.
Yeah, well, this is like we also talk about community voice a lot. Like this is our internal community voice. It's like, are you
Mhm.
asking your employees what they want and what they need?
Yes.
I think that's important.
Yeah, that's so good. And now that spring is upon us, we finally be getting some warm weather. There might be companies that or organizations that they want to spice up their office space. Do you have any tips for them on how they can get started, just like creating a more positive culture without getting overwhelmed?
Yeah, I mean, not to talk about surveys too much, but definitely ask your team what they want. Don't assume you know what would make a more positive work environment or what would be enticing to people. Um, I think the nice thing about where we are right now is that we are in spring, which is kind of like a fresh start, and we're coming off of a few interesting years. And I think there's a good chance that if it's done correctly, people will be more open to a hybrid work environment.
Hmm.
Um, so it's just about like asking your team what they want and then making a plan. If you're choosing like one thing a month that you're going to add or change about your office, or one thing a quarter, and then just sharing that plan with your team so they know over the next year or whatever it is that you see your team, you hear your employees, and that you're going to make changes that benefit them.
Hmm.
I think it always makes me a little sad when companies are like mandating a return to office, because I think if you're doing your office environment right and you have a healthy culture, people will want to be in there naturally and people will enjoy working together in person.
Mhm.
So I hope that everybody will kind of look at their work environment a little bit, whether it's in an office or at home, and think about what can make it a little bit better.
I love that. And I love that you just broke it down. It's like small steps, not like month one, we have to do these 20 changes.
Oh no, yeah. And I mean, we had a crazy couple months of just because we were building an office. You know, we were doing construction, which was totally new. But now that we have our good foundation in there, we're gonna take our time and be really intentional about what other things we're adding about decor and art and furniture and other stuff to make it feel like a finished product.
Yeah, I can't wait to see it all come together. I'm excited. Well,
Yeah.
thank you, Haley, for being here today and sharing those amazing tips with us. I'm sure our audience has found value in them and they're going to work on, just creating a more positive company culture for their own organization or company. If you have not already downloaded our Profit and Purpose, the ESG Addendum Executive Summary, there's still time to do so. So I'm going to leave the link for you can download it. The full report will be launching on Thursday, March 23rd. And we're going to have a live webinar with Josh and Janet, the authors of the report. So I'm also going to leave the link where you can sign up for the live webinar. Until next time, we hope that you continue to make an impact and keep striving to make the world a better place than you found it. Bye bye.
Yes. Thanks. Bye.